Hello, hello, hello. It must be Tuesday night, for I'm here. And there's nobody there. So that's good, isn't it? It's that bit in the evening where I have to talk to myself. Ignore. I don't know if the microphone picked up my stomach gurgling, but there were gurgles. Trust me, there were gurgles, many gurgles. So I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Blimey, that's hot. And yeah, hot. Hot beverage. I don't know what to say. There's not a lot been happening really. So yeah, I just kind of not really much to discuss. I got nothing. What do you want to talk about? Andrew's in. He says I'm in early. Aye. That's good to see, Andrew. It's good to see. Correspondent in Cornwall is in on time. I did start a little bit early though. Sometimes, I'm early. And so I start early. Keep everyone on their toes, Expect the unexpected. Or, in this case, expect the boringly predictable, i.e. me. So here we are again. Andrew says, after sleeping, oh yeah, you missed it. David says, good evening, Darren. You're early. Well, I was early last week, and I think I was early the week before that. I'm just, heading out a bit earlier on the dog walk and getting back before. So, might as well start. Why wait till 11 when I can just fire it up and then catch everybody out? All the people that come in at 20 past 11, they miss it, don't they? So, how is everybody? Is everyone good? Good. Anything you want to talk about? Anything? No? Okay then. We'll stop now then, shall we? Hey. Payne's in, says evening. It's been a few weeks yet. Another one who's been absent. You and Andrew, you've both been out of action. I don't blame you. Anything must be better than sitting through this gibberish. I don't even want to be here, so I don't know why anyone else would. Andrew said, I got the Steve Hackett live with the orchestra. It was excellent. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe one day you'll recover. You'll get over it. I sinned. I've sinned. I have sinned. That's all I'm going to say. I've sinned. I'm not going to tell you how I've sinned, but I have sinned. David says, are there any more guitars on your radar? Oh, I'm not allowed any more guitars. Not really. Again, it's more getting them into flip, and that kind of thing. I got rid of. I sold the white Jazzmaster that I had in, and I made a nice, well, not as nice a profit, but I made a nice profit on it, so that was good. But now eBay have got this thing that they keep your money for 2 days after it's been delivered, and it was delivered today, so I'm not getting the money till Thursday, and my credit card bill needs paying on Friday, so it's cutting it a bit fine. Again, I'm just trying to find guitars that are cheap enough to flip, and then get them in, review them, and then flip them. That's the idea, I think. But I've just not been feeling anything the last week, fortnight, however it's been. I don't know. I'm not feeling my usual ebullient self. It's just the weather and my health, my aches and pains are overcoming me, and I don't know. it's just a thing, isn't it? But no, I'm looking around. There are a couple of guitars that I've seen, but it's achieving liquidity. You know, it's not. I don't really want to keep putting them on the credit card, and because of the changes to eBay, you know, I want them. I need the money quick. I need quick money, and so I want to try. I need to sell some stuff to achieve some liquidity to carry on with this endeavour, and you know, I really need to sell a few guitars because I've got far too many of them, and a few of them I don't like, but I'm kind of just keeping them through sentimental reasons. I guess that's the thing. I don't know. And then I have this mad idea that if I just sold them all, I could just get one guitar, you know, have like one guitar, one bass. It's a crazy idea. I know it's a crazy idea, but no, you know. And she said, dog cam, she's not here. She's gone. There is no dog cam. Layla prefers to go and lay on the bed instead. I think Verity's getting ready for bed, so she's probably with Verity at the moment. So she has her own free will now. I mean, I can only offer you fake dog cam. That's all I can offer you, I'm afraid. That's all I've got, I'm afraid. That's your lot. Pace, it's okay to be ebullient on days where the weather is grey. Not to be, sorry, ebullient on days when grey, form of grey. It's just constant. It's constant, and it's so fucking cold. And I'm really feeling it. And again, because I'm out in it a lot, you know, and normally I enjoy walking through the pain. It takes me a bit to warm up in the mornings. Seriously, you know, I have to walk a bit before my feet kind of kick in. But when it's cold and it's just, I could literally go to bed and get up in March or April, whenever, you know, it just changes. This is very, very cold and bleak, and I'm just not. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. And like I said, everything's hurting. My fingers are hurting. My feet are hurting. It's just, you know, you don't need for my problems. My problems are boring. It's just health, isn't it? Like they say, you've only got your health, so treasure it. You know, and that's what annoys me. I wish I'd done all the drinking and all the drugs and all the womanizing, but I didn't, and that's what's annoying. You know. Oh well, has to be done. Renee's in, and yeah, it's the fake border collie, because that is a border collie. That is a border collie. We saw that on our travels, and the kids said, "You got to get that, Dad, for your desk." So on the desk next to the bear and the rabbit and the other bear and monkey. And I wonder where my other monkey went. I did have the other. I'm sure I had a couple of PG Chips monkeys. PG Chips. Almost went into Sean Connery then. I had a couple of them somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, Layla's very much her own pooch. So she chooses to leave. And everyone's saying hello to each other, because that's what we do. Payne says, I did gardening a little the other day. It was just nice to come in because the house felt warmer than it was in comparison. Yeah, this is it. It's particularly bleak this winter period. It's just very, very bleak, and it's very dark as well. And it's not good. It's not good sitting here to do any kind of video stuff because the light. Yeah, I can have these lights on, but at midday it looks like this, like I'm doing it overnight, you know, and it's not conducive. It's not conducive to doing anything. So I've been what have I been doing? I don't know what I've been doing. Thinking. Oh, I did a thing. I did some music. I did a bit of a tune, but yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just put it in a folder. Put it in the folder with the other bits of music. You know, the 3 or 4 folders I've got of stuff that, you know, that's never coming out. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, I know. Oh, that was the chair. Did the chair make a little toot noise then? That was weird. It went, huh? It wasn't my bottom. No, it was the chair. Honest. You'd know if it was my bottom. It makes a different noise. It's got a different resonance to it. Oh. For those who might be interested, you can now get the CD version of the thing. You know, with the CD, you can on that Elastic Stage website if anyone's interested. No, neither am I. Oh dear. Elastic Stage. I don't know why I bothered. Why'd I bother doing that? That was a waste of time. Oh, well, keeps me off the streets, doesn't it, I suppose? Keeps me occupied. I better put the page up. This is the sales. This is the sales part of the evening. There you go. CDs and LPs are available. Of 5 of my recordings. Who knows, one day I might even do some more. I should really. It doesn't take much, it's just laying out the artwork. It's a bit of a bind because again everyone has different formats for the artwork, so you've got it in one format and then you've just basically got to pick everything apart and hope that the PDFs don't get corrupted like what happened with textures, but hopefully I don't know if anyone was affected by it. Hopefully it wasn't. It was the first time I've ever made a major snafu. But anyway, that's, if you've got a CD that looks a bit odd, get in touch and I'll refund you. It wasn't my fault, honest. It was a PDF corruption somewhere along the line. I only found out when I got the test CD. Well, fuck, that was a disaster. John says it's very cold here, 4 degrees. Yeah, it's about that. It's about 3. It's about 3 here, and it's a very fine mist. It wasn't raining, but me and the dog when we got in were absolutely sopping. But it wasn't raining. It was like we was walking through mist, which was nice. I'm being sarcastic. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice at all. I think I'll just bitch and moan for the next hour. What do you reckon? You alright with that? Right. Andrew says, yeah, I cut my grass the other day. The mower started the first time. Look, guys, can someone come and do my garden because it's overgrown and because I haven't been out there in about 3 years. And I don't want to do it. I refuse. Payne says, learn about distal phalanx joints last week. Mine are sore this winter. Puts one off guitar playing. I played today and it started to hurt. Renee says, I've had it with the cold and dark weather, want warmth and the sun. Me too. I'm trying to convince the missus that we moved to the Bahamas, but you know, she ain't having it. Payne says, really looking forward to the warm weather this year. Me too. He's learnt a real word. Yeah. It's the past of learn. You learnt something. The English language is a wonderful thing. That's how we conquered the world, you know. The great British Empire. May it rise again. We need more British exceptionalism. Inserts picture of Boris Johnson on the zip wire. Payne says, you spell it how you want it. And I'll spell it wrongish. No, it's learnt is right. Learnt, you can have learnt. Learnt with the T is fine. That's perfectly acceptable in my book. Perfectly acceptable. Why not? Evening, says Harry. Harry's in. Our resident rock star has made an appearance. He's pulled up in his limousine. He stepped out. The groupies. He's swatting away the groupies. I imagine he's got some sort of riding crop that he's using to swat away the groupies. as he enters the chat. If you have any questions for our resident rockstar, he's over there. Ask away. But no autographs and no selfies. He's very, very particular. You have to pay for those. Yeah. So you doing all right, Mr. Whiteley? Or is it Whitley? Is it Whitley or Whiteley? It's Whitley, isn't it? I'm thinking of you, that guy that did Countdown. Mr. Whitley. God. Oh, man, just ruined it now. He'll never come back. He'll never come back now. He'll never come back. Oh well. Gurgle. Well, I got nothing. I don't know what to say. I'll be 54 next week. I'm halfway through Sniper's Alley. I'm halfway through. Oh, nearly halfway through. 54. Yeah, nearly halfway. If I can get to 59, I might be all right. Payne's in. He said, no autographs, peace and love. No autographs, indeed. And Zeb's in. He says, good evening. Good evening. So, yeah. Doesn't seem that long ago. I was 50. Now I'm going to be 54. It's like, I don't like this. This is going a bit too quick for my liking. It's that mortality again keeps tapping you on the shoulder, and I keep looking at everything and thinking I should start selling things. I should start making provision. You know, I should start clearing out. You know, but you keep accumulating crap, don't you? You just keep accumulating crap. You can't help yourself. You keep accumulating crap. And Payne's going to be 55 in April. He's one ahead of me. There you go. Andrew says, happy birthday. It's next week. It's next Friday. Not this Friday coming, the following Friday. So send all your book tokens and record tokens to the usual address, if you don't mind. And yeah, and I'll head down to Tower Records and I'll buy myself a CD or two. Or if I'm like, I might even splash out on a mini disc. There you go. Keep up with the kids. Paying quick. It's been a whole year since the sad thing that happened last year. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. It doesn't get any easier. Andrew says RSD tokens. No, I want record tokens. You know, the ones that you can use in our price or Tower Records. You know, because I like those stores. Those stores are good. Our price because it's, you know, local, and Tower Records because they have the more exotic stuff in there. I'm not getting the joke. Harry says Whitley. Correct. Sorry. Surely autographs are free. No. Haven't you ever been to Comic-Con? They charge a fortune there. You know, those VIP, you know, the VIP packages, you can make a killing on that. You could make a killing. You know, do everything. And Payne says we should rename life as Whoosh. Well, again, as a kid, you think, God, it's going to take forever, and then you get older and everything just. Mind you, even my kids, it's going, oh God, I'm going to be 18 in September. It's like, yeah, you can leave, and I can have your room. And I can put the guitars in there, but yeah, it doesn't stop being as scary. It's whizzing, you know. Payne says I spend my tokens in Woolworths. Indeed, there's always Woolworths, but again with Woolworths, it always depends, isn't it? Because some Woolworths are different to others. Some have some good records in, and some don't. You know. And some don't. John says, I watch the review videos, so you're not alone in the universe. Oh, don't watch that crap. Oh, God. Please, it's a waste of time. Don't watch any of it. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe immediately, please. Andrew says, Harry, will you be on tour soon with Asia? See, he knows. This is it. This is it. He's coming. He's going to do the thing. He's going to do the thing now. He's going to do the rock star thing. Ah, yeah. Got down there. Oh. Any more for any more? Any more? John says, never been to Comic Con because it's so bloody expensive. Well, I'm not going to go. Full of bloody nerds, isn't it? Full of bloody nerds. Zeb wants to know if I like Neil Young. No, not particularly. Not particularly. A Canadian. It's like, no. No, it's not. Again, that kind of stuff is just too kind of, you know. I like bits. I like Neil Young's greatest hits. But no, I can't say I'm a fan. Anyway, he's a stroppy cunt, isn't he? Oh, that's the video demonetised. They don't like that word. They don't like that word. And that's the whole video demonetised from one word. You've got to love this platform. It's a complete and utter waste of time. Payne says, got to charge for autographs more than the price of pens to cover the costs. And again, indeed. And Harry adds, I will. 3 days. Trading managers in April. Then Japan. Oh, and then a Japan run, then Italy. Ooh, nice. And Sty asks, will you be doing any other dates in the UK? Andrew says, cheers, Harry. And John says, Harry, Asia needs to do a show in Minnesota. So everyone's putting their order in. See, we put the fans in touch with the stars. How many other YouTube channels can do this? No. You see, you get all these other ones who do these crappy interviews, right, where they ask all the really boring questions because they want to keep the stars to themselves. I share the stars with you. I share him. I say, here you go. Have a go. Have a fiddle with him. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll enjoy it. You know? He's a bit ticklish though. So there you go. I'm not like the other YouTube channels. I share my stars with you. I share them with you. What a nice bloke I am. What a generous fella, eh? Payne said, I found out some out-of-date dates the other day. Oh, he's doing the jokes. I don't like stroppy. No one likes stroppy. It's a funny platform. It's a completely useless platform. But there you go. Hey ho. Payne says, I didn't visit NAMM this year, but I looked around my local music shop instead. I haven't even got a local music shop. Our local music shop closed 24 years ago. And I remember like it was yesterday. It's an optician's now. Can't see it myself. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to moan. I'm going to moan about the film Nosferatu by Robert Eggers, because I like Robert Eggers. Not anymore. I bloody don't. I stupidly bought the film on iTunes because I really wanted to see it. Again, big fan of the original. A fan of the remake, the Werner Herzog remake with Klaus Kinski and Isabella Adjani. Isabella Adjani. Oh, just. So I sat down. I thought, oh, this will be interesting. Nah, it wasn't. it wasn't interesting at all. It was awful. It's his worst film. Very disappointed in it. It reminded me of Peter Jackson when Peter Jackson did King Kong. It was a King Kong sized turd, wasn't it? That was. Again, it's a vanity project, you know. They go, oh, I like that film. They liked that film when I was a kid, so I'm going to remake it. It's that. It's like me saying I'm going to remake 2001. I think probably someone take a hit out of me if I actually threatened to do that. Imagine that. Imagine someone threatened to remake 2001. I'm going to make it a bit more zippy. I'm going to cut out all the space, boring space stuff for the kids. You know, I'm going to get Hal voiced by an AI version of Robin Williams. You know, just to keep it a bit more peppy, because it's a bit dull, isn't it? Bit dull, bit boring. The kids find it boring, so we're going to make it. We're going to tighten it up a bit. We'll do more backstory. We're going to see how Hal was created in the factory. It's going to be great. Kids are going to love it. And it's going to be 2.5 hours long. Yeah, 2.5 hours long. But most of that is how Hal is created, because I think we need to see the backstory of Hal. And I think people would assassinate me if I did that. But yes, I watched Nosferatu, and basically, it's crap. That's the review. That's it. It's set in Germany, right? Because Robert Eggers, he's going to bring in a bit of the original, the F.W. Murnau's original from 1920. He's going to bring a bit of that in. Now, Murnau made it in Germany because he was a German, for a German audience. And also, he was ripping off Bram Stoker's Dracula. And copyright, whack. Mrs. Bram Stoker said, and got most of the copies destroyed because of copyright. And only a few copies end up surviving, and that's how we got the version we know today. So he sets it in Germany, but all of them speak very, very plummy. It's like, oh, Mama, will there be crumpets for tea? They don't have German accents, except for Willem Dafoe, who's Swiss. He's the Van Helsing kind of character. They're very plummy. He's a bit of a rum sort, I see. You know? And Orlok, or Dracula, he's been completely repurposed. He is basically the Walking Dead. Yeah, he's not a vampire. He's like Walking Evil. He's like very dull, very dull. And it's a story of. Again, they rely on the neurotic, hysterical woman trope. Yeah, Johnny Depp's daughter plays the female lead. It's very much her story, and basically, she gets the vapors. She gets the vapors. She's sexually repressed. That's the thing. She's sexually repressed, and again, it's that Victorian idea that women who are hysterical and they need pleasure. They need pleasure. Because there was this Victorian doctor who invented like the first steam-driven vibrator, and that's how he used to treat hysterical women. So you got that trope, and I'm not a big fan of the hysterical woman trope. Unless there's a reason, like in The Shining, where Jack Nicholson's running amok with an axe. I think you're allowed to be hysterical there, but just being hysterical. And somehow she's connected to Orlok because she was lonely as a child. Huh? Okay. Now again, the good thing about these vampire stories before is there's still a bit of man left in the beast, and the man falls in love, becomes entranced by the wife of the Jonathan Harker character, and so he thinks, I'm heading in their neck of the woods. Nick, you see him going? There's a joke in there. You finish it. But no, they're already connected. They went for the Wicker Man ending, where he's dead as soon as as soon as he appear on the screen. They're dead. They're finished. It's over. And you're sitting there thinking, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. And so, whereas in the old ones, the man, the remnants of the man becomes entranced with the woman, and is distracted to the point of destruction. Who can escape what he desires? That thing. Oh no. She's evil because she wants Stumping, and he's going to stump her, but he's dead. And he stumps her so good. He gives her such a good stumping that the sun comes up and kills him. Yeah, Johnny Depp's daughter's so good in the sack that he forgets himself and gets finished, and she dies because it was a really good stumping. And I'm sitting there thinking, and that's nothing. Her old man, who's the estate agent, Nicholas Holt, he travels to Transylvania and he sees all the Romany folk, you know what they're like. Don't go in there, don't go, that thing, And he kind of gets stumped by Orlok. There's some weird feeding going on and dry humping on his leg. It's like, what? Is he a dog? What's going on? But he escapes by falling from a very great height into a river. And I'm thinking, he's done for. He's finished. He's over. He ain't coming back. I was wrong. He came back. On the banks of a river, some Romany salt, she sees him and rescues him. And the Orthodox priest with the big beard, dances him with holy water and says, you can't leave. But he leaves. But he's unconscious, and he's got a magic horse that can get him all the way from Transylvania back to Germany. He must have like sort of 1860s sat-nav or something. It's like, how did it do that? And then when he gets there, he falls off the horse. It's like, what? How did that happen? I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed at all, because it fundamentally changes the story, and it makes the villain, the beast, just a beast, and that's it. There's no humanity left in him. That's the whole point. There's still some human in him. He still craves human contact. He doesn't want to kill everybody. Well, this guy wants to kill everybody because he's evil, and only Stumping can kill him. Sacrifice. She's got the randy wife. Has the neurotic, hysterical randy wife is the only way out. Thanks, Mr. Eggers. Nah, it wasn't very good. I know he's trying to subvert expectations, but it wasn't very good. But there you go. Oh dear. Harry says, damn the good egg. No, I just smell like eggs. Just can't. I don't know what that's all about. It must be the tablets. John says, Stills and Nash are needed young for the LA Fire benefit. Stills' voice is shot. They should have got Crosby back. I'm sure he could have done some good. Harry says, the next tour is my first time with the Taurus pedals. So I'm sure everyone's excited to hear bass and Taurus pedals are semitone out from each other. Make your teeth itch. Well, yeah, that should be good, wouldn't it? That should be good. Just... John says the 2010 movie wasn't great. It's got Ella Mirren in it. Ella Mirren. Let's just take a moment. Ella Mirren. Well, that was a sequel. It wasn't a remake, and that was based on wasn't that based on a book that Arthur C. Clarke had written? Again, it's sci-fi. It's I don't. Again, it's Arthur C. Clarke's fault for writing sequels to the first novel. He shouldn't have done it, but he did. Andrew says, watch Blue Velvet again. Blue Velvet. Oh. I won't do any more because I'm probably already deregulated. Oh. John C says, Hal meets R2D2 and K9. Well, you've got to have an origin story, innit? Got to have origins. Harry says, I saw Nosferatu a few weeks back. Visually interesting, but hollow. A bit like Count Orlok's cock. Yeah, again, Eggers is very good with the visuals. It's style over substance. I'm not saying you should feel sympathy for Orlok, but the whole point of Dracula is he is charming. You know, vampires are charming by nature. You know, again in the Werner Herzog version, he's almost pitiful. You feel sorry for him. There is a vulnerability to him. But they made it a monster, and so you just go, what? What? He's just evil, and that's not interesting. Evil on its own isn't interesting. You know, you've got to know how he fell. You've got to know how he got to that point. Or we need a prequel. We need Nosferatu 2, the prequel. But no, like I said, I'm a big fan of Robert Eggers. I think The Witch is just a really great film, and The Lighthouse is just. And again, he likes authenticity. You know, with the Lighthouse, he got them all speaking in the lingo, in the accent of the time. So it's not very authentic when they're all speaking with oh I say that creepy Count Orlok, he's a bit of a cad, isn't he? It's like what? I know in these political correct times you can't do a German accent. I know. Well, get them to speak German, dub it into English or something. Put English subtitles up. So he should have just said it in Grimsby. He should have said it in England. He should have used some of it, and then at least a bit with it wasn't called the Demeter, but in the book and in the movie, the Demeter, when it comes across to Grimsby and they're all massacred, it makes more sense, And the fact that the guy can go via boat and the horse can get there at the same. Again, don't think about it. Horse, boat, no, or whatever. Yeah, it's a shame because I was really looking forward to it. Stop looking forward to it. Sty says Psycho 98 was shite as well. Horribly made, carbon copy of the original cast of actors who were great in other stuff. Can't remake Hitchcock. Oh, that was the shot by shot remake with Vince Vaughn and Anne Hesh, wasn't it? The one that crashed her car at speed into the house and exploded. No, for real. That wasn't in a film. That was for real. Yeah. Yeah. Why? I never really understood it. Why? Payne says even talk of a magic horse doesn't make you want to watch it. Well, it's not technically magic, but he's supposed to be like he collapses onto the horse and he's like. You don't even see him doing that, doing the thing. He's like, and then when he gets back to Germany, I mean, the horse knows exactly where to go. He falls right outside his house. It's like, come on, really? It would have been better if he'd escaped and got in a stagecoach and collapsed in the back of the stagecoach. Because a stagecoach, he would have done it by coach, not by horse. I think in the books. Harker goes by stagecoach, or do I imagine that? It might be in the film. But anyway, by horse, really, to Transylvania, really. But it makes good visuals. That's the thing, isn't it? You say spot on. Eggers Nosferatu, a case of big budget, massive stupidity. Yeah, it was. It was like what? And I couldn't care for any of the characters. All of them were like cold and awful. You didn't feel like any. You didn't feel. Nicholas Hoult was again playing it as a cold fish. Lily Rose Depp is. They say her performance is great, but she just spazzes out. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Spazzes out all the time. It's like The Exorcist. Now, I'm not a fan of The Exorcist. I'm sorry. I've never have been. I don't find it scary. It makes me laugh. I find it funny, And so she does all the old, and okay, really, okay. And just like, and it's 2.25 hours. It feels like 4. It really feels like a long time. It feels like I was watching it for hours and hours and hours. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that. You know, I'm glad I didn't go to the cinema. I considered going, but I'd have been even more disappointed. But yeah, it just reminded me of King Kong, the Peter Jackson version, because that, again, I was kind of looking forward to it, and then when I watched it, I went, what the actual am I watching here? What the? This is terrible. It's awful. Was. John C says, should have recruited Crosby's son or James Taylor. John C says, young Nosferatu would be good, as in young Sheldon. Well, if you can do it with Mel Brooks, get Mel Brooks to do it. Young Nosferatu, you know, walk this way. No, not T-Dog says, Depp and Taylor Johnson were both terrible. They all were. They were all terrible. No one was good in it. No one. It was just really hammy. You know, and the funny thing is if you've seen The Northman, which is an adaptation of Hamlet, yeah, it's like the origin story of Hamlet. It's all, you know, thee, thou, that kind of stuff. It's, you know, it's all set in Viking times, and the worst one in that is Nicole Kidman. I mean, more wood than Epping Forest, and I live right next to Epping Forest. But you know, it's hammy. It's meant to be. It's, you know, it's that, you know, it's Vikings. I enjoyed it. You know, it was on during the COVID times. It came up. Oh, I watched that, and I enjoyed that one. I thought it was all right. Mrs. did. I think the Mrs. didn't. I don't think she thought much of that one. She liked The Lighthouse and The Witch. And very liked The Witch as well. But you know, Black Phillip, he never got any work again. You know, never got any work because he was so hard to work with. It's true. And yeah, they retired him after that. They was going to do a sequel, The Witch 2. You know, Black Phillip's Revenge, but it sounded too much like a pirate film, so they retired him because he was a right diva. He really was, and they put him out to stud, and that is a true story. Go and look that up. I'm not lying. Well, I'm lying about the sequel, but they did put him out to stud because he was just so difficult to handle on set. Because he was just, you know, he was a diva. He was a diva. Payne says, bye now, I've gone to bed. Good night. Okay. Again, that's why I have to come on early, because everyone's getting older, everyone's getting tireder. They can't handle the pace, the frenetic pace of these live streams. Boy, is it frenetic. You know, it's like, how do we keep up with him? How do we keep up with him? But yeah, I've sinned. I've sinned this week. I can't tell you how I've sinned. Of course, show you how I've sinned, but I've sinned because after nearly 6 years, I gave that company money. I know. I'm ashamed. I'm deeply ashamed of myself. But Amazon, they knocked the box down to a price that I thought, I could get that, and I could probably return it. I could rip all the discs and return it, and I did it. And I feel a bit bad about it. But using my magic, one of my favourite songs, I restored Daniel Dax's voice to. So there you go. This is how you do it obliquely. But unfortunately, there's no way I can share it with you. It's really good, but you know, I can't share it. I can only enjoy it myself. I can only wallow in my own greatness this time. But yeah, I'm deeply ashamed of myself. So please forgive me. But also, because there's this Andy Summers thing coming out, I'm going to be buying that because I like that album and I want to hear the Andy Summers outtakes. So I'm buying an Andy Summers album, so it don't count, does it? That don't count. So I thought, well, you know, it doesn't count. I'm allowed to lapse once in nearly 6 years. Dog says most films are disappointing these days, like new music. Yeah, films are a bit crappy. They are a bit crappy. like I watched Longlegs, and that was a bit crappy. Everyone was raving about it. No, didn't enjoy that one. It was a bit dull, you know. So, did I talk about it last week? I might have done. I lose track. But yeah, I found that a bit. Boring too. But you know. But what can you do? What can you do? I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog 3 though. We went to the cinema and enjoyed that. Enjoyed it. But Dogman is out at the moment, and Herb wanted to go and see it, but for us all to go, because they're all technically adults now, and we can't get the family ticket, it's going to cost me over £51 for 4 tickets. That's cheap. If you go to Enfield, they were charging $16.99 per ticket. So you do the math. And it's like, oh boy, you know. It's that thing where you think, I've really become that grumpy old man. I really have. In my day, you could go to the cinema, go to McDonald's and have change of a tenner. And we did. We did. Again, when me and Mrs. started courting all those years ago, we would sit at the cinema all the time because it didn't cost much. And then they went mad. They all go bust. All of them. All go bust. A lot of them. Renee says, the new Manic Street Preachers in 2 days. Great. John says, any idea why BBC America promised to rerun the Doctor Who with Tennant and Smith, then pulled the plug without any Smith? Well, because Disney have got it all, haven't they? Disney have got the distribution, even the historical ones. So it's probably a Disney thing. Looking forward to the next series of Doctor Who? No. Andrew says that Bob Dylan film of his looks good. Yeah. Oh, A Real Pain. Verity saw that with her friends. She recommended it. She enjoyed it. It's a bit of a left field comedy, and yeah, I look forward to catching it when it's on one of the streaming things. She thought it was unusual that her friends chose that as the choice. They'd seen Wicked before. She didn't enjoy that one. Went on a bit too long, and it only started getting good at the end. But yeah, so Real Pain is supposed to be quite good. Don't know about the Bob Dylan film that lost the vote. That one. So, but don't worry, you've got the new Captain America coming out at the end of the week. It's called Captain America Nobody Cares. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. With Harrison Ford as the Incredible Hulk. He's red, and this time he's red. Because he's been out in the sun too long. Forgot to put the old suntan lotion on, didn't he? Oh dear. It's a warning for us all there. It's a warning for us all. Oh dear. So I don't even know if there are any good films coming out in the year. I do not know. Andrew says Maria Callas. Oh, that's done with Angelina Jolie in, isn't it? There's quite a few biopics, isn't there? Biopics. Oh, yes. Mind you, the guy that did Longlegs has got he's got The Monkey coming out, which is based on a Stephen King film, and it looks a bit Final Destination. Osgood Perkins, who's the son, funny enough, of Anthony Perkins. Psycho. We was just see everything's connected. Everything is connected, and that looks kind of fun. But the reboot of Final Destination is coming. Oh yeah. If those of you who don't know or haven't been paying attention, Final Destination is one of my favourite series. It's my guilty pleasure. If there's a guilty pleasure, it's Final Destination. I really like the first one, and I like the last one as well. They're all good fun. It's kids cheat death, but death gets them back in horrible mousetrap-like ways, and it appeals and it makes me giggle. I always will enjoy it. Never go on a sunbed again. MCC says, I haven't been to the cinema since before COVID. Yeah. Andrew says, love Final Destination. I've got the DVD. Sorry, I've got the Blu-ray box set over there. We watched it not this Christmas, the Christmas before previous. That was our thing. Though I managed to, I've got a copy of Akira, the manga one, because Herb's doing a media. He's doing media course. It's not. Is it? I don't. It's not. Is it a GCSE or? I think it's a GCSE. It's not a BTEC. I don't know. I can't remember. Is it music tech's the BTEC, and media studies is a GCSE, and he's got to study kind of Japanese culture. So he's got to choose different things, and I've got him Akira. I need to get him some of the books as well, but they're out of print at the moment, and they've not been reprinted until September, which I think might be a bit late. So I'm going to have to go on the second-hand bookshop sites and see if I can find a copy. So we've got that to watch. I saw it years ago. Oh, I watched all the mangas back in the day. All the mangas. T says, aren't the Beatles getting a film for each member? Yeah, that's going to be fun. Don't know when those are coming out though. But yeah, we got. I suppose we got the Beatles from each perspective. I mean, it's got the possibility of being quite interesting, but you know, imagine if they all come out on the same day. Imagine that, and you've got to decide which one you're going to watch first. Is there a right sequence to watch it? Do you watch Paul first? Do you watch John first? I mean, obviously, John's film's the shortest, isn't it? Then George's. Then Paul and Ringo tie for third place. Now, if they brought out one a year, like The Hobbit did, or the Lord of the Rings did at Christmas, that could be fun. Every year you could have like a Beatles Christmas. It'll take you 4 years, but could be interesting. Jacob says, watched Gladiator 2 the other night. Didn't make it to the end. Were you not amused? Were you not entertained? The first one is such a classic film, with Joaquin Phoenix. That's the film that kind of really, put him on the big stage, isn't it? Old Joaquin. I mean, he was in things before that, but it's what gave him the great. Everyone kind of knew him. I have no interest in seeing it. If it was on the telly on a Sunday afternoon and it was raining and I don't know, and I'd just finished my dinner, Sunday dinner, and I was sprawled out on the couch and it came on and I couldn't reach the remote, I might watch it then. But no, I don't. I never understood the rationale of it. But did you hear the one of the sequels that they did tout a sequel closer to when it first happened? Ridley Scott, was. They said, "Do you want to do a sequel?" And he went, "Oh, we'd kind of told the story." And they wanted to get back, what's his name, Crow, to, but how do you resurrect him? And one of the ideas, and it's bonkers, is that they kind of travel to the underworld and resurrects Russell Crowe's character, and he comes back, and it culminates with him killing Jesus. I think I would have gone and seen that one because that sounds bonkers, but they thought it would be. Certain folk wouldn't appreciate it, so it never came to pass. But that was one of the possible sequels to Gladiator, which sounds so batshit crazy. It might have worked. Renee's hitting on Jacob. He asks him, "Where are you from, Jacob?" Because he has one of those funny foreign names, doesn't he? Oh, I just forgot. I need to put the time up. God, is that the time? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is why it went on so long last week. I didn't have the time up. John C says they should call it Final Destination. Are we there yet? Yeah. Oh yeah, you got Led Zeppelin doc, because T-Dog's just said Led Zeppelin out. It's supposed to be good with new footage and insights. And I never really understood the appeal of Led Zeppelin, but there you go. It's like, Led Zeppelin? What? It's like, what? Rene's they're talking in the Dutch now. That's not nice. It's very rude, isn't it? Very rude. Now I'm going to have to run it through the translator to find out what you said. John says, so is Doctor Who done, or are they going to cast another actor and try again? I don't know. They've been very quiet about season 16, is it? Or season 3, as I call it. Now, normally, they'd be shooting now for the following season, but Gatwa is doing Entertaining Mr. Sloan in the West End, so that's not happening. And Bad Wolf Studios in Wales, where they film it, is empty. They've dismantled the TARDIS set, apparently, and it's actually put an advert out saying, hey, we're empty. Does anyone want to use us, sort of thing, for the next few years? So that sounds like it ain't coming back. Or it's going elsewhere, that maybe someone else is picking up the production and it's not Bad Wolf. Maybe, I don't know. I really can't see how it can survive in its current form. I think Disney, if Disney are really interested in it, I never understood why they would be, because Doctor Who is very, very niche. In America, not many people get it or understand it. It's a bit too, it's a bit too close to pantomime, for them. It's always been a bit of the, a bit hokey. It's a bit like Red Dwarf. That never really translated to America. It's got its fans, but they're very, 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 very niche audience. Again, if Disney are really interested, they need to take hold of it completely. They need to get it, and they need to recast it, and they need to put somebody in it that you want to see in it. I don't think casting unknowns at this stage of the game is a good idea. It worked with Tennant. I mean, Tennant was unknown when he came to it. Matt Smith was, but both of them had things in TV. They were kind of established. I suppose a bit like Gatwa is, but I don't think in this day and age putting an unknown in is a good idea. And again, if we're gonna if Disney's gonna do it and they're gonna Americanize it, then bear with me. You need to cast someone like Brad Pitt. Yeah, you need a star, an absolute bona fide 24-carat star who doesn't do much TV, and you need to get them in, or someone of his ilk. It doesn't have to be him. It could be, Matt Damon or Ben Affleck or someone like that. You need to go to Hollywood and you need to get someone like that, and you need to get them in, and you need to Americanise it, and you need to make it tough and gritty and kick-ass, and a bit more like it was when Eccleston came back. It needs to have that gravitas to it. There's no gravitas. There's no centre to it. You don't get those emotional punches, those emotional points that you got even with the Whittaker. I mean, I enjoyed the Whittaker run. I know a lot of people didn't. I thought it needed it. We wanted it in the 80s. Well, I wanted it in the 80s because I always thought it would be good if they did do something different with it. But I know a lot of people hold it very precious. I've got no problem with Gatwa himself, but I think the scripts are just really poor, and it's all about the message, and it's not about the story. There is no story. The message is the massage. Media is the massage. So I don't know. And again, he's employed these writers. Again, that was a big thing about that. One of them is, and has made their name doing podcasts, Doctor Who podcasts. One of them's a poet. Only one of them has kind of previous history doing Doctor Who and TV. And like I said, the others are all kind of unknowns. And it's like, look, in the old days, they used to get established sci-fi writers to write it. You know, but I wouldn't be surprised if Moffat picked it up again. You know, because he said something in an interview that he isn't writing the next Christmas special, but he's had the script and he's read the final scene. Now that's him kind of indicating that he may be writing a regeneration scene. I might be reading a lot into it. I don't know. I think it's going to be a real struggle to get through the next one. I really do. The Christmas special was abysmal. It's just, I sit with the kids and we're watching it going, what is this crap? It's just absolute crap. You know, it's not a good story. And all you got to do, right, again, from Christmas is watch Doctor Who and then watch Wallace and Gromit. There you go. And that's how fundamental they've changed Doctor Who. Wallace and Gromit is essentially the same thing. And they've put more inclusive casting in, you know. But it's still Wallace and Gromit, same jokes, same beats, same thing, you know. Whereas they've just pummeled the whole story and destroyed the whole thing. It's like, yeah. But hey, Russell T Davies is a complete hack. There you go. I always thought he was good. I was always a champion of him. Again, when he... I've followed his career, you know, like before Doctor Who, you know, with the Career as Folk, and he did the Second Coming, and there were some other things of his. And I thought, yeah, this guy had the potential to be like the next Dennis Potter. I thought he was going to be that good. And then, Doctor Who, yeah. And Eccleston's doing it. Big fan of Eccleston, you know. And I knew it was going to be okay, but then it's just got ridiculous. It's just got worse and worse and worse. And I don't know why you can't just have good stories. You know, you can still put messaging in it, but there was messaging in the old Doctor Who's, and again, it's always been progressive because sci-fi always is left-leaning progressive, and I've got no problem with that, you know. But when the whole thing is just the message and nothing else, and that's the beat, that's the beat, and it just gets in the way of the story, isn't it? Where are we? I've lost it again. Alex is looking for a new guitar. Ever played the Yamaha Silent? No, I haven't. They've been around for many years, you know. They've been around for about 25 years. I remember seeing one. In fact, no, actually, I lie. I think I may have tried one in Los Angeles in 2001. I think I may have tried one, but it wasn't plugged into anything, so, and it felt a bit weird. But don't take my words for it, because it was a long time ago, and I wasn't kind of a guitar-y. I wasn't a guitar-y person back then, so. John says, I thought Gatwa quit. I don't know, maybe. Dog says, Gatwa could have been good, but let down by garbage writing, yep. And now his character is portrayed, with all the crying. Yeah, again, when Eccleston cried, he did it in fear when he sees the Dalek. He cries with joy, you know, when he, you know, everybody lives, you know, in the Doctor dances, and he cries in desperation at the end in Bad Wolf in the last episode. You can cry. The Doctor can cry. He can be emotional, but not every 5 minutes. No, there has to be a weight to it. This is what I mean. There has to be a gravitas to the character for you to go, oh blimey, he's crying. It's serious. You know, it's just too. It's just. Andrew says, Doctor is very English. Americans won't understand it. Well, I just don't think they. Again, it goes back to them seeing like they may have seen bits of the 70s one, and with the sets moving and the bad guys, you know, being made of polystyrene, and they've probably gone, blimey, what the hell is that? But yeah, it's a very British thing, and I don't think it always translates. Our stuff doesn't always translate. I mean, it was a miracle that Monty Python translated, but it's that surrealist, you know, You know, that surrealist thing. I mean, Douglas Adams, you know, who wrote for Doctor Who, you know, Hitchhiker's Guide was, you know, big in America as a novel, and I don't know about the TV show, but I know he translated to the US market, and it's a shame he's not here because you need someone like that, or maybe Neil Gaiman. No, we can't talk about him. What did you expect from a Scientologist? What did you expect? What did you expect? Never understood his popularity, but there you go. Alex says, what about Robbie Williams' doc with the monkey? Who's man enough to go and see that? Actually, I wanted to go and see that, and I still want to see it. There was one of the YouTube people that I follow. Oh, Jeremy Johns, is that his name? He loved it. He said it's a really good film. Give it a chance. Max Landis, son of John Landis, put it as the best film of 2024. He said it was remarkable, and I think again it's an experimental film, and that's what's different. You know, to have a biopic, and it's supposed to be pretty tight, and Robbie Williams says, yeah, make him a monkey, because that's how I felt, like a performing monkey. You know, it's just genius. You know, it's a genius thing. And I think it's just a shame that more people didn't see it or didn't get it. You know, because again, he's not a big star in the US, and I don't think, again, if that had come out in the early 2000s, it would have been, you know, a massive movie over here. But that ship kind of sailed. But I like the idea of it, and I've seen a couple of clips, and there's a dance scene. One of the dance scenes down, I think it's near Piccadilly. They're dancing, and I think it's really, really well done. And I'd go and see it, but like I say, it costs me nearly 50 quid to take the family to go to the movies, and that ain't happening. Well, I've lost the thread. The kid who played young Sheldon, possibly, or the actress who played Higgins on the new Magnum. I've not seen any of those because, hey, I'm a Tom Selleck fan. Magnum. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Been going for a few years, isn't it? Let's see. Who plays Higgins? Perdita Weeks. I do not know her because I have not seen the show. Let me have a look. Perdita Weeks. Yeah. Oh, she's British. Oh, well, absolutely. Give it to her then. Absolutely. Give it to the Brit. Why not? Have another female playing the Doctor. Renee says, yeah, I'm silent, too expensive, and it's more a gimmick. Yeah. Alex says, oh, okay. Just want something not too loud. Have you thought of trying like an air guitar? I hear they're rather good. They're very silent. Yeah, and yeah, very, very good. Oh, come on, that was a good joke. That's a good joke. Come on. It's a good joke, that is. Oh dear. Any more for any more? Any more for any more? Anything else you want to talk about? No? Nope. Okay. All gone quiet over there. Andrew says, see, John Kurlander has died. He was an engineer at Abbey Road. I have not seen that. Well, none of us are getting any younger, but I'm still here, still hanging on. Still hanging on. I don't know what the title of tonight's one's going to be. The one where we fix Doctor Who. That'll get the views. That'll get views, isn't it? Yep, Sleepy Bobos for T-Dog. Oh, I can't understand, man. Alex says, what did you think of Torchwood? I started watching that again. I really like it. Yeah, I remember enjoying it back in the day. It was meant to be more adult. I think there was some stumping in the first season series. Of course, they ain't coming back because, you know, he got his todger out, didn't he? You can't do that. Not allowed to do that anymore. But no, I thought it was an interesting thing. And then they did the one that was set over the week, which I thought was good. And then they did that one that went on for a long time and wasn't very good. It was kind of, again, they kind of Americanized it. I can't remember what it was called, but there was, I know blood was involved. I know there was blood in it. But yeah, again, it was trying to be a darker, more adult take on the Doctor universe. And yeah, Barrowman, again, he's good at what he does. It's a shame that he has to get his little Barrowman out every so often and wave it around. But you can see why Eccleston left, can't you? You can see why he quit after the first season series, because Barrowman kept getting his little fella out. But yeah, I did enjoy Torchwood. It seemed like a long time ago now. John says, dinner time, take care. Have a good dinner. Jacob says, are you still composing? I'm composing myself, yeah, I am. I'm very composed at the moment. You mean about recording? Yeah, I'm still recording. I've got loads of stuff. In the folder. Got a few songs. Should we have a look in the folder? Should we look in the new album folder? Let's see what's in the new album folder. Here we go. There we go. Oops, can't move that window over there, so you can't see it. There you go. There's some tracks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the newest thing I did. So there's 11 pieces there. Then in that folder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another 6 pieces. So there you go. And then in the actual finished mixes I've done of songs, there's 4 songs done. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all singing songs. Horror Show, which is about the sovereign citizen movement, the conspiracy theorist movement. You Can Only Smile, which is about, well, it's about that. Happiness comes from within. Post-Cultural Blues is another track, which is about the current times. And Idiot Log, which is about people who adopt an ideology and live it and ruin people's lives. It's a bit like Pigs, 3 different ones, but it's 3 different ideologues I'm talking about, singing about. So these are not good songs, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks from Americana 2, which didn't really go anywhere. And then there's all that ambient shit that I've been putting in the folder. So yeah, I'm just not releasing it because I can't see the point. I can't see the point of putting it out anymore, because the general apathy of people is, I mean, it's understandable. There's a lot of other stuff out there. There's lots of better stuff than me, so it's hard to cater for an audience that is disinterested, because there's so much other things to distract them. So really, I need to kind of stop all this and not do this anymore and do something else instead. like walk the dog. So yeah, but no, I'm still tootling along. Not doing as much as I should. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's still some more singy songs. I've written lyrics for stuff, and I just got to just got to kind of nail it down, as it were. But I've got 4 songs completed, and another 1 or 2 that need to kind of be done. The last song, which is where we go all peace and love, is called Live and Let Love, which is kind of the mouthwash after the end of the album, because it's not a nice. The 4 songs I've done are not particularly pleasant. Yeah, it's about fucked up the world is. And I don't know. Again, I don't know whether to do it all songs or whether to intersperse those songs with instrumentals. I'm thinking of doing that, and because I've got a load of instrumental stuff that I can kind of fit in there and make it. But it's going to be a very dark, heavy, horrible record. There's no light in it. The last track will be the light bit, you know, where we get out our lighters and slap on the patchouli oil and beads and be old hippies for the final time. But you know, what's the point? So hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, I think it did. Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else out there? Is there anybody out there? No, there isn't. Okay then, shall we call it a night? Is everyone tired? Does everyone need their Horlicks or their cocoa? Or maybe you're going to have a hot chocolate. I don't know. Mind you, cocoa, hot chocolate, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Isn't it the same thing? These are the universal questions that need answering. Yeah, Andrew's done. He's tired. He's beat. He's spent. He's exhausted. He's got nothing left in him. All his vim and vigour has been sucked out of him. He's just a husk of a man. He's just a shell. Rath says, on a sharper note, how about old Swissy? Will you be taking introduction to Floyd? He's not sharp. He has never been sharp. I don't sharpen him just in case I get pulled by the police. So I can pull him out and go. He's not sharp, you know. He's blunt. You know, he's not. It's just ornamental. And also, he's a Jewish Swiss Army knife, and he's missing his tip. But then so am I. But there you go. Can't be helped, can it? Tea. Tea. Good idea. Ross says Rogers, I should say. You mean old Rogers Waters or Waters Rogers? Well, you know, he's not going to be a happy boy at the weekend, is he? When Trump finally takes over Gaza, it's going to be beautiful. We're gonna have the swimming pool there and the golf course over there. It's gonna be beautiful. So it's gonna be great. World War III. Why not have World War III? I mean, World War One and Two were all right. World War III. What could happen? Roth says, "What was needs your money?" Well, they ain't getting mine. Not anymore. Not anymore, sorry. Rene says, have you seen the... Rene, I did a bloody video on it. Oh, boy. Wait a minute. Let me pull it up and put it in the thing. I do wonder if any of you people actually pay any attention. Sometimes I think you only come here for the live streams and you ignore all the other things. But yeah, I have seen it. I made a video about it, and I poo-pooed it, for it needs to be poo-pooed regularly. For we must poo-poo. We must poo-poo Roger Waters, for he is an anti-Semite, and not a very nice person. Right, it's just sorry, Dan. It's all right. It's YouTube. It's the algorithm. It deliberately doesn't put my stuff out there. I do stuff, but be buggered if anybody sees it, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm just going with the flow. I'm not going to get upset about it, because it is what it is. Jacob says, "I'm tired too. Thanks. Good night." You're welcome. Hopefully you had some fun. Hopefully I made you raise a little titter. Because we love little titters, big titters. We love all the titters. We are equality for all titters here, isn't it? Who doesn't love a good titter? But yeah, Dice says, "Sorry, what's that about attention?" That's my joke. That's my joke, you rotter. You stole my gag. But no, I mean it's just what YouTube does. It buries my stuff, and like I said, I'm too old to care. I'm too old. I'm done. We'll do the Tuesdays, and that'll be it. I've tried to do whatever it is with this channel, and I'm done. I'm just going to do videos when I can be bothered, if I can be bothered, because there's very little point in me doing anything on YouTube because nobody sees it, and because they like other people better than me. And that's fine. That's the way it goes. It's like winning the lottery now. You have to win the YouTube lottery to get your videos up the rankings, as it were. And it's just YouTube. I don't want to go on about it because it's boring. It bores me. It bores me so much. Wrath says, "Swimming in the Gaza bliss, make it so, Darren." Instrumental. Hey, look, if there's peace, as long as there's a peace, if it's an American peace, beautiful. A beautiful American peace. It's going to be the biggest, bestest peace in the world. It's going to be great. And, I mean, obviously, Hamas having their bollocks blown off by, the IDF and those pages wasn't a warning enough for them. And they've got to deliver, was it 78 hostages by Saturday? And the thing is they know, intelligence knows that most of those hostages, a good few of them anyway, are not around anymore. They're already gone, if you know what I mean. And so Hamas are panicking. It's like, what do we do? We were going to string them along. And so things have got real. And again, Trump, love him or loathe him, has done all the things he said he was going to do. He's doing every single one of them. And that's it. And he uses tariffs to threaten people and get his own way. And it's a beautiful thing. Because he's not a politico. He's a businessman. And that's how businessmen work. And I think countries nowadays need to be run like a business. With hostile takeovers and things like that. And we don't do that anymore. I mean, crikey, when we had the empire, we ran it like a business. That's why we went around the world. Oh, we like those spices. They're nice. We'll take the country. Yeah. Oh, dear. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what's going to happen. I'm fascinated by it. Because you see these politicos, again, the King of Jordan met with Trump. And he's like, yeah, we're all right, aren't we, Don? We're all right. Because he's like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. He's crazy enough to do it, He's crazy enough to do it. Oh, dear. But this is what you get when you have 50 years of political inactivity, right? And this is what happens because of all of the politicos all around the world, no matter which country it is. They got comfortable. And this is why we're at this kind of weird crossroads. And people want things to happen. They want peace. They want you know, their standard and quality of life to rise. They don't want it to be in the gutter. They want it to be better. You know, they have a right to that. We all have a right to have a decent, you know, peaceful life. And he's going to do what he can to deliver it. He has a vision. What other politician has a vision in this world? Only Putin. And his vision is to take over Europe again and bring most of Eastern Europe back under Russian control. Wrong kind of vision. But, you know, Keir Starmer doesn't have a vision other than making it a totalitarian state. And the right wing kind of give it to him by saying, he's a terrorist. And so they expand the terrorism laws to include everyone, not even the ideologues anymore. And you go, well done, you thickos. You just gave him all the bullets he needs to shoot us all. Well done. So, you know, it's a funny time to be alive. It really is. It's a funny time. But hey, we'll see what happens, won't we? Anyway, don't have nightmares. Don't have nightmares. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Won't it? It'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to go off now. I'm gonna. I don't know. I might have a bowl of cereal. Yeah, I might have a bowl of shredders or something. And we'll do this all again soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Ralph says, so the cushy taffeta has been ruffled. Indeed. The taffeta has been ruffled indeed. Not my taffeta. I'm not ruffled. I'm calm as anything. Tuffets. I don't know what you're talking about. Tuffets. Like little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, sat on a spider, and scared the poor girl away. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a little laugh. If not, I'm ever so sorry. I apologise. There are better programmes out there. I'm sure one will be along in a moment. If it's one of mine, click off it, unsubscribe, thumbs down. You know the routine. Click block. You know how to deal with me. And yeah, we'll do this all again soon. If you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. No night.